presidents have gone missing, but no official sources have yet confirmed. White House officials are at a loss as to how all the presidents could be kidnapped. No demands yet from the terrorists, or even an idea as to who will claim responsibility for kidnapping all these presidents.
Agent, glad you can make it. I'm Major Milestone. I'll be running this op. 16 hours ago, Amadeus Guildenstern used a time machine to kidnap all the presidents.
All of them?
Yes, even the bad ones. We received this video from him shortly after the kidnapping.
I am Amadeus Guildenstern, leader of the executive branch and rightful president of the United States. 16 hours ago, I used a time machine to kidnap the presidents, even the bad ones. My demands are simple. Reinstate me as president forever, or lose every president forever. Furthermore,
He goes on for another 4 hours, but it gets pretty boring after that. Agent, your mission is simple. Infiltrate Amadeus Island, collect relevant intel, and build your own time machine.
A time machine? Major, that's impossible!
Not after Guildenstern used his to kidnap the presidents, it isn't. We need to capture that intel. But first things first, Agent. Before we start, you'll need to clear a training program. Let's go. Agent, we've got an incoming communique from Guildenstern.
oh, look at that teeny tent. It's so quaint. If you want to stop me, you would need like 12 of those.
12 tents. Guildenstern, you're a madman.
You're the only mad one here, Major. You can never stop me. I know you're infiltrating my base, getting mud everywhere, but every time you leave, it's just a flick of a switch and my time machine undoes all your progress. Amadeus, out!
Don't fret, Agent. That ESP you collect is concrete intel. We can use it to expand our operations and stop Guildenstern.
Even if that's the case, Guildenstern can still see what we're doing. We need to build a new HQ. Something underground.
You stole my engineer. That is really inconvenient. I was going to add a nice little backsplash to my marble kitchenette.
That engineer's talents were wasted on you, Guildenstern. Unless... Were you thinking herringbone ceramic tile?
Actually, I was thinking reclaimed tin with an embossed finish.
With marble countertops? You're a madman!
No matter. When I'm president again, nobody will be allowed to criticize my backsplash. Or me. Ever.
Why do you even want to be President Guildenstern? What's in it for you?
For me, it's not about me. It's about destiny. Amadeus out.
Destiny.
Don't know what that means, Agent. I'll have some people look into it. With books. And the internet. Until then, you must continue improving our infrastructure. It's the only way we'll ever build that time machine.
All right, Major Milestone. You got it. But how will we rescue the presidents? Where are they even being held?
Within the time stream itself. That's why we need the time machine, Agent. Now let's get back to it.
Hey, that scientist you captured was off limits. She borrowed a bunch of VHS tapes from me and never returned them.
Never returned them.
Yes, even that one, you know, the action movie with that one guy.
I love that guy.
Regardless, my timetable has changed. If my demands are not met, I will begin to shoot the presidents into space.
Hold on, I'm getting some new intel. Well, it looks like our research into Guildenstern's past paid off.
But, hey, that stuff is off limits. I have rights.
Back in 1943, Guildenstern was in charge of the mailroom on a ship called the USS Eldridge. A mailroom nobody remembered existed because it wasn't important. That ship was the prime subject of a government op called the Philadelphia Experiment, our first shot at time travel. The Eldridge disappeared for 6 minutes, apparently traveling through time. When it returned, Guildenstern was gone. Again, nobody noticed because he wasn't important.
Impossible! Guildenstern, where did you go? What did you see?
Destiny, my friend. I saw destiny. Amadeus out! You fools have tried my patience for long enough. I have launched a president into space!
No! You... Wait, which one?
J. Edgar Hoover!
He wasn't a president.
He wasn't? Oh, no, I meant Herbert Hoover. Darn it! Amadeus out!
Major, J. Edgar Hoover was the director of the FBI for years. Surely him getting shot into space changes history.
I don't know, Agent. I'll have some people look into it. People with glasses and mustaches. But there's something else. We turned up more research into the Philadelphia experiment on the USS Eldridge. Turns out, everyone aboard died.
What?
Yes, the scientists call it time sickness. Traveling through time seems to have a negative effect on your brain bits. Guildenstern could be affected by it. It could be what drove him to do this. We have to be careful. Let's get back to it.
Ah, fools! I have successfully launched a real president into space this time.
No! Why would you... Wait, which one?
Alexander Hamilton.
Dude, he wasn't...
Oh, come on! He's on the $10 bill! Doesn't that mean he's equal to 10 George Washingtons? No matter, my plan has changed. If you do not meet my demands, I'll launch everyone into space!
No! Agent, we need a plan. You're good at those. What do we do?
We need to sabotage his space cannon controls. Then he won't be able to fire anyone else into space. First step, we plant a bug inside his base to find the location of the controls. Then we use a bomb to blow them up.
Agent, I've been monitoring the bug you placed. Apparently Guildenstern forces his soldiers to speak entirely in rhyme.
Major, that's my MP3 player.
Oh, well that's not very good intel then. But I did just get this report that says we found the space cannon controls.
They're surrounded by layers of protective material. We'll need a special kind of bomb to destroy them, but...
Ah, did I surprise you? I'm just calling to let you know I'm finally ready to launch a real president into space.
Oh no! How could... Wait, which one?
Franklin Pierce.
He's not... Wait, was he a president?
I think he was.
No!
Yes, this is what destiny looks like, you fools. When the USS Eldridge sent me into the future, I saw our true future. I knew I would need to do terrible things to achieve it. A reality where no presidents ever lived but me.
Agent, we can't let Guildenstern accomplish his plan. We must stop him from firing any presidents into space.
We've got that stolen prototype explosive ready for action, Major. It's time to put that space cannon out of commission.
You blew up my space cannon? Did you really like Franklin Pierce that much?
Guildenstern, this is your last chance. Surrender immediately and release the presidents.
You don't think I tried that? I've seen what happens if I do. I've traveled throughout all potentialities. Turns out, if you kidnap all the presidents throughout history, you get sentenced to jail forever. With a chance of parole in 5 years. But either way, I've resolved to stick with it this time. I will bring about the future I saw, and I will win, no matter what!
Agent, I have troubling news. I was thinking about what Guildenstern said, about him traveling through all potentialities.
And?
The time sickness is affecting Guildenstern's perception of time. He can see multiple timelines at once, including ones that haven't yet come to pass.
Major, that's crazy. You're telling me Guildenstern can see into the future even without his time machine?
Maybe he's already been doing that. He might even know about this very conversation.
Ha! I know about this very conversation.
No! Major, what do we do?
There's no time left, Agent. We have to make our own. We need to build the time machine and end this.
Oh, you built a launch pad for your little space jaunt. How quaint! Would be a shame if somebody were to travel through time and plant explosives inside it. Bear witness to my brilliance! What? Where's the explosion? Darn it! Amadeus out!
Agent, what happened? Was this bomb a dud?
No, Major Milestone. Receiving an intel report now. According to the on-site inspection, the signal to detonate the bomb was overpowered locally.
Overpowered? You mean by a stronger signal? What could that possibly be?
It was you, Major. Apparently you installed a powerful antenna to listen to a smooth jazz radio station out of Sarasota.
Oh, yes, I did do that. It was my favorite radio station growing up.
You grew up in Sarasota, Florida? Huh, interesting. Well, not interesting, but it begs the question. If Guildenstern can see the future, why couldn't he see this?
All right, Agent. Now that we're in outer space, we can finally begin construction of the time machine. Once it's built, you will travel back in time and arrest Guildenstern before he can kidnap the presidents.
How will we find him, Major? He's a time-traveling mastermind.
You'll arrest him on the USS Eldridge, Agent, before he's sent into the future. Before any of this ever happened.
Won't that erase this entire timeline?
No, Agent. See, the Philadelphia experiment wasn't about proving time travel. It was about proving multiple timelines. Is time a single unbroken thread, or can it support infinite possibilities? That's what the experiment was all about. What Guildenstern saw is what the time scientists call the darkest timeline. A reality so terrible that everything must go wrong for it to exist. And now Guildenstern is trying to make it real.
But didn't he also say that he saw different outcomes? Like one where he went to prison forever?
That's right, Agent. That was when I knew Guildenstern had proven the multiple timeline theory correct. By going back and forth through time, Guildenstern was creating countless alternative timelines, including this one. If you can go back in time and stop him before all the timelines are created, we can skip over this timeline entirely.
Major Milestone, you realize that none of what you're saying makes any sense at all?
I do, Agent, but it's not important. I know you'll succeed. Just call it a hunch. A time hunch. Incoming transmission from Guildenstern.
Good day, I seem to be missing my time chip. You wouldn't happen to know where it is, would you?
Have you checked between the couch cushions?
You stole my time chip! This is ridiculous. How can I travel through time without my time machine's time chip?
Well...
That was a rhetorical question. I already know how. With my second time machine.
What? That's impossible!
And it's not just any time machine. It's yours.
But our time machine is right here, and it's not even finished yet. How could you possibly have it?
Thanks to my time sickness, I was able to see everything you did to build it. Now I'll use it to end you. Good day.
Agent, we can't let him use our time machine to stop us from building our time machine. You have to hurry.
I guess I'll just keep doing what I was doing?
Good job, Agent. Keep it up. We're almost ready.
It's finally over.
Over? What do you mean?
I planted a thermonuclear device inside the time stream. In just a few minutes, every president and every timeline they ever existed in will be erased for all eternity.
You're too late, Guildenstern. Our time machine is ready. We can deactivate the bomb.
Not this time, you can't. It's been keyed to respond only to my DNA signature. Only I can deactivate it. What's the matter? Why aren't you panicking? I've won! The presidents will be destroyed, and there's nothing you can do.
I wouldn't be so sure about that.
What?
I had a hunch when I learned that Major Milestone's favorite smooth jazz station was in his hometown of Sarasota.
It was my favorite radio station growing up.
Sarasota? Wait, but that's where I was born, and I loved that smooth jazz station.
That's right. So I researched it further and realized the truth. Amadeus Guildenstern is Major Milestone from a different timeline.
What?
In one timeline, Guildenstern went back in time to stop himself from kidnapping the presidents, but the time sickness changed his personality, erased parts of his memory. That's when he became Major Milestone.
That's impossible! It makes no sense!
You're right. This is all pretty ridiculous. And now it's time to put an end to it. Major, since you're actually Guildenstern from a different timeline, your DNA can be used to deactivate the bomb.
Aha! So it can. Good thinking, Agent.
Okay, let's go save the presidents!
The reports are promising, Agent. All the presidents will return to their rightful place in the timeline. Not only that, but Guildenstern's been arrested in every timeline at every point in history where he committed a crime.
I saw. 14 billion years to be served consecutively across all realities. No chance of parole. Major, are you worried about the time sickness?
I was, at first. But then I realized I've already lived countless lifetimes across so many other timelines. I have to live, Agent. We have to live. Or else we'll die. And dying is unacceptable. Guildenstern might be in prison, but the villains in the executive branch all escaped. There's still a lot of sneaking for us to do.
Don't worry, Major. So long as those villains are around, we'll never stop sneaking.